Hi, my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, Gabby on Paper. In today's video, we are going to close out the month of February. So let's go ahead and get started. Today's video might be a little bit of a long one since there's a few different parts that we have to go over, but I'm going to probably add timestamps in the description box so you can watch what you want and don't watch what you don't want. So basically what we'll do is close out my budget for February, review my spending, and then do a goals check-in all in one. To start off here, you see I have $48. That was my federal tax refund. I'm still waiting on my Illinois one. I'm so happy I don't have to pay because I really thought I was going to end up owing, and that ended up not being the case. The amounts are minimal. It barely covers the amount of money that I spend to prepare my taxes and submit, but that's okay. I've never owed before, so it's nice that this year I won't again. Typically I would go in and cover the overspending first, but we're not doing that part. That'll be second. We're going to go in and clear out these categories with money and then cover the overspending because there's actually quite a bit that I need to do. So first we'll clear out AT&T. It was just a little less than expected. Move that to ready to assign. And then all of these like food categories. Okay, perfect. So between all the money that I had extra in these like variable expense and food category groups and then my federal refund, I have $294.18 to reassign. So let's go ahead and cover the overspending. I do have a few notes to make note of here. My Kindle Unlimited subscription went through. I had signed up for a free 3-month trial when I got my Kindle, and I don't think I'm gonna keep it, but the charge went through before I could cancel it for $11.99. So we're gonna go ahead and add that to the monthly subscriptions. And then miscellaneous, I just bought a couple of things that we'll go over when we review my spending, so I'll cover that as well with ready to assign. And then there's one more thing, and that is the credit card fees. I had a $29 charge for my oldest credit card that I hope to cancel once we decide whether or not we're gonna buy a home. Whoops. So for now I'm paying it and then I'll cancel it. I don't use this credit card anymore. I just like to keep it alive. I didn't budget for that, so I took it out of the amount that I'm saving for the credit card I do use, which is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So I had to replenish that. So all said and done, we have $250.59 to assign. And this will likely go into my Roth IRA, but first I wanted to take a look and see if there's anything else that I want to top off before I do that. We're just adding 9 cents to personal care, and again, this is only because I like nice numbers down here. It's so silly, but that's what I like, so that's what I'm doing. And then we'll send 5 cents to hobbies to get this to an even 30. I know it's dumb because it's not every category, like these ones with the dates and stuff, that's not bothering me right now. It's just sometimes I look at one and I'm like, I don't like to see that number with like change in there. I want to even it out, and sometimes I look at them and I'm like, this is fine, and for whatever reason these are fine, so I don't know what's going on there. Okay, let's go ahead and also send 5 cents to, oh no, I am going to send, well, let's start by sending the 5 cents to get this up to $4.10. I'm sending the full amount of my refund, the $48, to miscellaneous because that's where I pulled the money from. So I'm just trying to bring that up back up to $500. Once I get my state refund, I will send the rest there. Alright. Alrighty. Okay, so now to just get the ready to assign to 200, I'm sending $2.10 to my holding category, which I sometimes use to, if I have a little bit of overspending, or to like round off some of these other categories. But that leaves us $200 in ready to assign, which we will send to my Roth IRA. Okay. So that means this month I contributed $890 to my Roth IRA. I am 62% of the way funded. I only need $2,660 to fully fund that for 2024. That's very exciting because we're only 1/6 of the way done with the year, and it's over 50% funded, over 60% funded even. I really hope that I'm able to fully fund the rest of this next month, but we shall see. So that's it for this part of the video. Now we're going to jump into reviewing my spending for the month. Okay, so I'm back. It's a couple of days later. It's Sunday, March 3rd. And I'm back to film the rest of the video. I realized that I actually forgot to do a couple of things in closing on my budget with the last portion. I forgot to include my high yield savings interest, and then also move my East Bank money around. So I have $85.82. That's all interest from my high yield savings account. So I'm going to go ahead and just add that to the emergency fund, since that's what I've been doing with my high yield savings account interest all last year and then so far this year. I used to do this differently. I used to add the transaction as an inflow into the category, so then my numbers would be a little funny, but I decided that as of 2024, I would just look at it as income instead. And I think I'll have a better picture of what my investing was, and all the money that I had as income from high yield savings accounts. So I had to update the transactions for the January interest and then the February interest, but it's all good now. When I do my end of year reports, it should show the full year the same way. The second part I forgot to do is the East Bank money. So I had $25 for golf and $125. Oh, we're in the wrong month. So $25 for golf and $125 for tennis that I assigned. I didn't do any golf. I went one day actually, and I had hurt my neck. I had like a little kink in my neck, and it hurt so bad to swing. So I ended up leaving the bucket behind and giving it to the guy behind me. So I'm going to leave $5 because I do still have to pay for that. I'm going to move $20 to my East Bank holding. And then the remaining $53.50 in tennis, I'm also going to move to the East Bank holding. I'm going to use this money, one, to pay for my initiation fee that should be coming up in a month or two. And the second part is to do any extra tennis lessons that I may want to do. All right, so we're going to take a look at my spending report for the month of February and just see how my spending was last month. All my accounts are included, and like always, the only categories I don't include are my reimbursement categories, because that's money that I spend for other people and I get back. So I don't have to count any of that in my spending review. Like always, bills was the most expensive category, making up 46.3% or $1,543.54. Majority of that was rent, my gym payment, our AT&T bill, or my AT&T bill, I should say, and then the ComEd. So this is my portion of all those bills. The next biggest category is saving and investing. That made up 17.5% of my total spending, and it was just the $584 that I sent to my Roth IRA. I've mentioned this in the last video, but I haven't had a chance to do it yet. I was going to do like dollar cost averaging throughout the year, save up the full amount of money and just contribute the $584 each month, but I decided to just put it all in there and let the market do its thing. So I'm not going to hold off for the end of the year and like space out the contributions. I'm just going to do it all at once. I'll probably have it done by the time I film the next one of these for March. Food made up 11.5% of my total spending, or $382.81. Groceries was $201.29, which is 52.6% of my total food spending. So that's pretty good. It should be the biggest category in this section. Next up is dining out for $106.84. And this is low because it was my birthday in February and my boyfriend treated me to some things. So I did eat out more than the $106.84. I spent $40.75 on work lunches and $33.93 on treats. The Gabby Improvement Fund spending made up 11.3% of my total spending, or $376.42. This was an expensive month because, like I said, it was my birthday, so I bought myself a bunch of stuff. I spent $236.30 from my birthday budget for myself, so I still have over $250 in my birthday budget that I'm likely going to be using for a couple of things. Like, I'll buy them this month and I'll let you guys know what it is when I do, but I'm thinking I might recategorize these things and put them in like shopping categories, since that's what they were. I guess we could do that now. I'll show you what I spent in my shopping category, since that's kind of my biggest problem area. All right, so it's this middle section. This is how I'm keeping track of my spending so far this year. We are looking at February. As you can see, there's a ton of line items, but there's also like quite a few returns in that. So when I place an order, I like to buy multiple things. I know I'm not going to keep everything. I'll buy the same thing in 2 different sizes or multiple versions to figure out what I like best. So 1 large order and then 1 large return is what I typically do, and I did that twice. So I'm going to insert an image right now showing you all the things that I bought, and we're going to go over them quickly. I just thought it'd be fun to start incorporating this into these videos, just so I have a record of the things that I've purchased each month. I wish I did this for January's like budget closeout, but that's okay. All right, so I placed one very large $555 Abercrombie order, and the things that I bought are essentially the bottom half of the images that you see here. I bought that denim dress on the left-hand side for $54.40. These prices are not including any taxes, but there was a sale going on. So there was a sale going on, and then I had a promo code for my birthday. So it was cheaper even than what was listed on the website. So I bought the darker denim colored dress. I like it. It's not a perfect fit, so I'm considering returning it, but it does look really nice. I just have to decide if I like it enough to keep it, or if the fact that it's a little big and like up in the upper chest area, if that's going to bother me. My favorite purchase for this month from Abercrombie was this little like matching set that you see on the bottom right part of the screen. It's like a tweed collarless jacket with a tweed skirt. Oh, technically it's a skirt, which I love. It costs $95.20 for the jacket, $40.80 for the skirt, and I included an image of how the model is wearing it on the website, and that's actually how I've already worn it, and it was so cute, and I loved it. And this is something that's out of my comfort zone, just because I've never worn, like, I've dressed very, very basic, like jeans, t-shirts, Vans to work. Sometimes I change up my Vans for like loafers or something. A lot of cardigans, things like that. So still very me, but a little out of my comfort zone, and I just think this outfit is so cute. I can't wait to keep wearing it. Okay, so then I also bought a few t-shirts from Old Navy. Like I said, I wear a ton of t-shirts. They're mostly black and white, and I just wanted to have ones that have more of the same ones I've already had, just so I could keep them looking fresh. I have more to like rotate in and out. So on the top left hand side, I bought 2 t-shirts. They are like a ribbed knit t-shirt with like a square neck, $8 each. Absolutely obsessed with these. I wear these shirts with like a skirt like you see on the screen right now all the time to work, and I think it looks cute and it's simple and I like it. It's very me. And then on the top right is just a cropped like white crew neck and a cropped black crew neck. Again, I just wear these with like jeans and the same skirts and everything, and it's nice. It's simple. I bought 1 white one, 1 black one of like the crew neck one, and again 1 white, 1 black of the square neck. And that is all I purchased clothes wise. Purchased and kept, I should say, because I did buy a few more things, and I was surprised that this little matching set worked and that I loved it as much as I did, because that was something that I thought was not going to work and I was going to end up going back, but I had to try. Right. And then after my birthday shopping, I spent $73.14 on hobbies. I bought some Valentine's Day washi, a T-Rex sticker. Oh no, T-Rex sticky notes, sorry. Some stickers on Amazon, washi tape and a dot marker, and then some mood faces stickers and a pen. Sorry, we weren't done there yet. All right, so I spent $71.50 on tennis. This is for 3 different charges. So the $54 charge was actually like a tennis court rental on February 4th, and then a tennis drill, which is kind of like a lesson situation, on February 6th. Totaling $54 for the drill and my half of the court rental. And then on the 29th, again, another court rental. My half was $17.50. And this month was unseasonably warm. It was a warm February here in Chicago, so we took advantage and found some parks that had the nets up for tennis, and we played a few times outside, which was nice. It was nice to be able to do that and not have to spend $35 to $50. And then finally, $15.09 in personal care, and that was just dry shampoo. I spent $197.81 in subscriptions, or 5.9% of my total spending. This was, my renter's insurance for $72.64. I was gonna say that's a lot of money for subscriptions and fees, but then I had like monthly subscriptions. I need to rework these because at some point I got messed up with my monthly and my yearly subscriptions when I was redoing things. And my YNAB is somehow in my monthly subscriptions category, not in the yearly one. So doesn't matter really, but I paid for the year of YNAB. My sister and my boyfriend reimbursed me for a third. The Peloton monthly charge for the Peloton like subscription, and then I signed up for Kindle Unlimited 3 months ago when I got my Kindle, and I forgot to cancel it before the charge hit. It's $11.99, so I'm gonna take advantage of it for this month, and then I'm gonna cancel it for next month because I try to get as many books as I can from my library using the Libby app. And if there's any books that are not on there at that point, I could sign up for Kindle Unlimited for a month and then use that. But $29 in credit card fees, and that was my oldest credit card. Paid the fee. Don't ever use this card, but I keep it alive for my credit score. As soon as we buy a home, I'll cancel that. And then streaming was $27.60. That was Hulu, Apple One, and Netflix, and that's my third of the total. I spent $108.59 from sinking funds. $58.34, that was from the miscellaneous fund, and that came from a few different things. I bought some shampoo and conditioner bottles for the gym. They're like small little squeeze bottles. They're like 2 ounces or something, so I can take shampoo and shower at the gym after swimming. I also bought a tennis backpack, just so I can put my racket in the back, and it's protected, and it has room for my laptop, my shoes, literally everything. I love it. No regrets. I spent $75.02 on my tax prep and then filing. This was actually $10 more, but my credit card gave me $10 back. So it was $85.02, $10 credit, brought it down to $75.02. I bought an Owala water bottle from Target, and the reason I bought it is because the water bottles I have are really tall and they don't feel secure in my side like backpack pocket, and sometimes they don't even fit pockets easily. So I was like, I'm gonna stop struggling with this, buy a smaller water bottle, and it'll be worth it. And I love it. This is my first Owala. I'm obsessed with it. And then I ended up returning the Creative Curl wand that I purchased in December, I want to say. I tried it out once. It's just so hard for me to use. It didn't have like a clamp like a normal like curling wand would. You're supposed to like kind of hold it with your fingers using a heat glove, anti whatever. And I used it once, absolutely could not figure it out. So I returned it, and that's where the credit is. And then home goods, we finally went to IKEA and bought a full-length mirror. This is for my half. So that was sinking funds. A&G is the category that I use to record any expenses for like dates and gifts from my boyfriend, things like that. I spent $69.08. $54.52 of that was Valentine's related stuff. I got some cupcakes for us, bought some supplies to make heart-shaped pizzas at home, and then I treated my boyfriend to a Valentine's Day tennis outing. I also gave him I made a couple of coupons on Canva to treat him to a few things like a smoothie at our gym, a donut from his favorite donut place, a coffee shop date, a couple's tennis lesson. That will be the kind of like the bigger part of the gift because it's like $120. But so that will be to come when he redeems those coupons. But in February, I spent $54.52. And then just a couple of random things that I purchased for my boyfriend, totaling $14.56. Oh, I treated him to lunch one day. And finally, the last category is variable expenses, which made up 2% of my total spending. $68.23 was the total. I bought a notebook for work. I bought some index cards because I'm studying for my broker's license. And there's a ton of vocab, and it's so hard. I haven't studied in so long, and I'm finding it so hard to do it. So hopefully I can carry these index cards around with me and study. And then I bought a cover for that notebook that I bought. I spent $25.11 on rideshare. And then finally, entertainment. We rented Panic Room, and there was some kind of promotional thing, so I only paid 52 cents, which was nice. On February 29th, I went to a Blackhawks game with a couple of my coworkers and like a representative from one of the websites that we use at work. Literally all the time. I'm in there like 50% of my day every day, if not more. So she treated us to dinner, and then we went to the game and paid for everything. Just before we met her, this is where we weren't meeting her until 6. We went to a bar for happy hour. I got 2 beers, so $15 was what I Venmo'd my coworker for 2 beers and tip. And the rest of the night was paid for, which was really, really nice. And that's it. That makes up my total spending in February. I spent $3,330. I want to say that's high, but honestly, that's just what it is for me. Without like the investments, because technically that's saving for the future, I spent $2,746.48. Okay, so this is all the income I received in February, $85.82 from my high yield savings account interest. My paychecks, my 2 paychecks from my job were $3,580.33. And then my federal tax refund was $48. I haven't received my state tax refund yet. So, all right. So for the final part of this video, we are going to go through my 2024 goals and do a check-in. I am changing some things around for March, but I don't want to get into that yet because nothing has been finalized yet. But when I do, I'll go over that, which will likely be in the next budget check-in video or budget closeout video. Okay, so my first goal of investing $17,500 is broken up into 4 different parts. The first part is my Roth IRA and maxing that out. My total savings for that is $43.40, which is good. It's almost $1,000, right? It's $990 that I was able to save in February for my Roth IRA. I contributed another $584 to my Roth IRA. The rest of it is just sitting in my bank account ready to be contributed. So far I've contributed $1,168 to my Roth IRA. Nothing towards my brokerage because that's not the goal that I'm focusing on right now. And then for my 401k, I contributed $258.18, and then my match from my employer was $206.54 for a total of $464.72. But I think what I'm gonna do is this plus. So far into my 401k this year, $958.31 have been contributed. For my HSA, I contributed $100 this month, and then plus what we did last month, which brings the total that we've contributed $350. I haven't saved anything for my down payment because that's not my focus right now. So it's $0 for that. For my emergency fund, I saved $75. My high yield savings account interest was $85.82. That's going to that as well. And then if we add in what we had in here for last month, that brings the total contributed to my emergency fund of $327.23. And then shopping this month, I spent $236.30 plus what I spent last month for a total of $346.97. Essentially, my shopping goal is $2,900 or less. So far, I've spent about $347, and there's 10 months left to track, meaning $255.30 a month, which I know it's a lot for some people, but for me, it's really not. So I'm a little concerned. I am trying to keep this on the lower side, but I don't know. I don't know what this issue is that I can't stop buying clothes and shoes and stuff, because if you saw my outfits, they're so simple. They're so simple. But I'm trying. I know this doesn't seem like it, but this is a huge improvement compared to last year, which is what I really want. To do better than I did last year, hopefully by 50% less spending. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Bye.